Hey everyone, I'm back with a diecast review actually. So I've been replaying Arkham Knight and I really loved this Batmobile, so there was only like 4 of them left on eBay that I could find, so I picked one up. It wasn't that expensive. I'm going to answer a couple questions before I get into this. First question I got here is from a friend saying, what's going on with all your models? Currently there is work being done on my room and everything, so everything is gone. Everything is all put away. The only things I have out is this DeLorean and 66 Batmobile sitting over here. So as soon as everything is done and everything's taken care of, I will be back to building models. Don't worry, I haven't abandoned the hobby, and I haven't just started on that Wings of Fire reading because I totally have no other things to put out to entertain you guys or entertain anyone. Okay, yes, that is totally the case, but okay, I'm actually gonna bring up a question from there, which actually one of my friends sent me a question. I'm gonna have to send him this video because he doesn't go on DA. Someone asked me, my friend asked me, Mike, why did this line make you uncomfortable? Well, here's the thing, like, how do I explain this? Okay, so like, imagine getting that response, like you're asking your homies, like that's your boy right there, and you're wondering if they're okay because they're not acting normal, and you get that response. It's like, what the fuck? You know, like that would freak me out. You know, that's why that made me uncomfortable. Anyway, so that's the best way I can describe it. But I don't know. Alright, let's move back to the Arkham Knight Batmobile. If you've played the game, I'm actually pretty surprised how many people say that they absolutely hated this thing in the game. I'm gonna say it right now, the thing controls better than any car in Grand Theft Auto 5. It is awesome. The engine sound is great. And it always just made sense to me. When first time I played the game, I didn't mind it, and well, on my second time playing through it, I don't mind it. You want to know my major gripe with the game? It's fucking Scarecrow is awful in that game. They turned Scarecrow. Look at how he is in Batman Arkham Asylum. If you don't have the game, look up the scenes of him on YouTube. It is brilliant the way that they do it. It is amazing. You need to see how they do it. Because Scarecrow is this sadistic bastard that likes to fuck with your fears and everything, and really screw with Batman, and you can tell, like, he's you know, he gets into his fears and everything. Like, there's a scene in Batman Arkham Asylum where he finds Jim Gordon's body, and he's just like, I'm so sorry I couldn't save him. But it's not real. It's part of what the Scarecrow, like, wants him to think. Batman Arkham Knight, there's none of that. There is none of it. It's just, oh, well, all this does is make Batman's disease worse. And also, what's it called? They turned Scarecrow into this creepy dude, into this generic terrorist that just wants to gas an empty city. Gotham City is empty, by the way. The citizens all evacuated because of the terrorist threat from Scarecrow. What's the goal here? Pour gas on your own guys? I don't get it. They've screwed him up so bad. But other than that, Arkham Knight's a great game, and the Batmobile always made sense to me. He's going up against tanks. Batman's not going to take down a tank with his fists. But I want to say, the mold on this diecast is gorgeous. It might not be 100% accurate to the game. It's missing the kind of little things over here, and it's not this type of blackish color in the game. In the game, it's a little bit lighter. I've noticed that, and it has more of a metallic look to it, and I believe it's a little bit more scuffed up here and there. But other than that, this is by far one of my favorite Batmobiles. Look at how pissed off it is. Look at that. Look at how pissed it is. that thing is full on saying, fuck you, the way that it's looking at you. God damn. It has a face there. The thing, this grill reminds me like the front end of Ed 209. Like, hell no. You ever see what the front of Ed 209 looks like? This one, look at that, I'm like, okay, nope. This does not turn into tank mode like it's supposed to in the game. In the game, when it turns into tank mode, the wheels all turn different ways, which is really cool, but you gotta give Jada credit here for making it where each tire moves like individually. Check that out. Check out how cool that is. They could have just like went really easy and lazy and just made the whole thing one big piece, but no, they actually went the extra mile here. Again, it's just such a mean look to it. The thing sounds great too. I'm surprised how many people. I was watching the Rad Brad. He's one of my favorite Let's Players. Every time he has to get in the Batmobile, he's annoyed by it. He hates it. He's just like, the less time I have to take the Batmobiles, the better. I'm just like, come on, man. The Batmobile is awesome. But you really got to give them credit, though. They nail the fact that you're not just killing people with the Batmobile. All the tanks that you blow up are unmanned drones. When you shoot the minigun, and if you accidentally shoot at like a thug that's on the street, not in a vehicle or anything, it's a riot suppressor, so it doesn't hurt them. Well, it doesn't kill them. It definitely hurts them, since of fucking flying. But and if you accidentally hit someone while driving, well, the Batmobile has an EMP kind of field around it, and it just electrocutes, bounces them away from the Batmobile so they can't get run over by it. They really sell the fact that Batman doesn't kill, and even with a big 1,200 horsepower tank, 1,200 horsepower billion-dollar tank, they really nailed the fact that he's just not wasting people with it. Some of my minor gripes with it is that the canopy here does not open the way it does in the game. If you've seen how it does in the game, it actually would have been way harder if they did it. But this part slides forward as well as this piece, and Batman jumps into it. So yeah, that's how it works in the game. But it doesn't work there, but it's simple. The back does not open like it does in the game either. But you know what? For what this is, it's really cool. I definitely want to put it next to my Batman vs. Superman Batmobile, which is a pretty cool one, but it's not cool as this. Like, I like that one, but you can't beat this. It's this and this. That's where it's at. I'm completely ignoring the 89 Batmobile, which is one of the coolest looking Batmobiles ever, but I don't own that one, so I can't say. Some minor gripes I have with this, again, going back to a little more criticisms, this isn't as massive as it is in the game. Sure, it towers over the Batmobile here, but it's not completely huge. In the game, this thing is one big son of a bitch, and you feel it when you're driving it in the game. And when you drive the 60s Batmobile, it feels like a much smaller car, as it should. It's still a fucking huge car. The Futura is not a small car whatsoever. But, like, the DeLorean next to it, the DeLorean should not be that size next to this Batmobile. It's just, so for, I can't speak, I'm sorry. To quote one of my friends, for Batmobiles, this is nothing new. Which, yeah, that's unfortunate that a lot of the times they completely screw up the scaling for Batmobiles. I think the 66 one by Jada is really good because they kind of nailed the fact that, yeah, that's a long car in real life. So it does make sense. But this one, it's one of the best looking Batmobiles, but in terms of its scale, it's a little bit off. But other than that, I love it. One of my favorite Batmobiles of all time, if not my favorite Batmobile of all time, right behind the George Barris 66 Batmobile. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Will you guys pick this up? I definitely recommend it. It's one badass son of a bitch. Pick it up while you still can. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.